girl Renee, and today we're going to be cooking in the kitchen with Renee, and today we are going to be making some Coca-Cola wings. Yes, you heard me, Coca-Cola wings. I got this recipe from Going with the Windleys. She made these wings and it looks so good. So I said, I'm going to try these wings, and I've made these wings before, and they were not lying when they said them wings were finger licking good. And so I tasted them, I made them, and they were outstanding. So I felt like, hey, Peggy showed me how to do it, so I'm going to show you guys how to make these Coca-Cola wings so you can pass this recipe on to your family, friends, or whoever likes some finger-licking good wings. I'm going to do some wingettes and some drumettes. And you know what? It is hard to find these wings and these drumettes. Either you get them in the party pack, which are hard to find, but I got mine from Walmart. I was so blessed that day because the little worker in there went through all the chicken that they had at Walmart, and we discovered this pack that's called chicken wingettes, like that, by Purdue. So that is what I am going to be using for this recipe, because normally I get the wings with the drumettes, together, and then I have to chop it. That takes way too long. So I'm so thankful that I found these chicken wingettes. And so we're going to test them out today and see how they do. So these are all the ingredients that you're going to need to make these Coca-Cola wings. Of course, you're going to need some Coca-Cola. You're going to need some paprika. You're going to need some black pepper. You can either use fresh garlic or you can use minced garlic in a jar. I got some onion powder, and the number one ingredient is soy sauce. And you're going to need onion. You're going to need some brown sugar, and you're going to need some ketchup. You're going to say, Renee, ketchup? I'm telling you, this ketchup is going to give it that tang with that sweetness. I'm telling you, by the time you cook these wings, tell me you ain't going to have your fingers in your mouth. You're going to have a spoon trying to eat and suck up all that good gravy that these ingredients are going to be making in order to go on these chicken wings and these drumettes. Look, I ain't gonna bring you a recipe that I haven't tried and I have not put the stamp on it to let you guys know that this is one recipe you better put in your rotation in your family meals. I'm telling you. All right. And I am going to use some Ziploc bags, because you can either marinate this chicken overnight or you can marinate it from 15 to 20 minutes. I am going to do both ways. I prefer to do it overnight, and then so it gives it time for all the seasonings and stuff to get into that chicken, because that's the main ingredient. You want all these ingredients to get incorporated into this chicken, because baby, that seasoning is going to blow your mind when it gets into this chicken. Just talking about it gets me so excited, because I know it's going to be so good, you guys. So good. All right, so the first thing we need to do is you need to clean your chicken, and then we're going to put it in the bowl, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you exactly the ingredients you need to make the marinade, because that's what we're going to let it soak in there for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to put it in the frying pan and we're going to do what we got to do. All right, guys, let me get my bowl. Let me wash my chicken, and then I'll come back and we'll season it up. All right, you follow along with me. Go ahead and get in your kitchen. Get these ingredients, and let's get ready to make some Coca-Cola wings, baby. All right, let's get to cooking. Guys, let's get this chicken seasoned up. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some soy sauce, And I'm not going to put any salt on this chicken because soy sauce has salt in it. So I'm just going to put enough soy sauce to where I can cover that chicken. I love soy sauce, so I'm just going to use the rest of that soy sauce that I have. And then I'm going to take some of this onion powder. And you can just gauge it to your taste. I love onion powder, so I'm just going to coat it with a lot of that. And then put a little black pepper. And then I'm going to put some of this. I only have that smoked paprika, so I'm going to put that to give it that little smokiness taste to it. And then I'm going to toss it all up. And then if it doesn't have any coating on the other chicken, I'm just going to repeat the process. Get all that in there. Get it all nice and coated. Don't that look good, you guys? Look at that. Smells good, and we haven't even done any cooking to it yet. Just toss it all, get all that to the bottom. Make sure it gets all that soy sauce in it. And then we're going to let this marinate for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to add some more onion powder, because I want this chicken to lock in all that good seasonings. Look at that. Gotta put some more of that smoky paprika on there. If you guys have never tried smoked paprika, you need to add that to your ingredients, to your spices, because it just can't, after you use this smoked paprika, you can't go back to just using the traditional paprika, because the flavor and that taste is not going to be the same. So we're just going to let this all marinate really good, and then I'll come back when it's time to put this into our skillet. And get your skillet out and get it ready, and make sure you get a nice size skillet, because you're going to have all these chicken pieces and you want to be able to make sure that they all fit in there nice and neatly, because we want to get these things browned really. Well, some people like their chicken like lightly brown, but I like mine to be a little darker brown and have that caramelization on it. So, alright, let's get this to marinate, and Miss Renee will be back when it's time to put these bad boys into the skillet. Alright guys, talk to you soon. Guys, while my chicken is marinating, this is when I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onions and my garlic. So this way, when it's time for me to add these ingredients into the chicken, it will already be diced and chopped up. Told you, we're going to make this cooking in the kitchen with Miss Renee a wonderful experience. And it's always nice when you're cooking in the kitchen that you don't have to do all this unnecessary prep work. Remember, make it easy on yourself and not hard, because you'll enjoy your meal that you're preparing a lot better. I like a lot of onions, but you don't have to put as many onions as I am going to put into mine, because my husband likes onions. I like onions in this dish, so I am going to want to have that beautiful caramelization of these onions while my chicken is in there cooking. Because when it's time to add these onions to that chicken, all the onions are going to do is just enhance the flavor. Alright guys, so get your onions and your garlic all chopped up, and I am going to be using some garlic that I have in a jar, because that's the only garlic that I have at this time. So, but if you have fresh garlic, go ahead and use that as well. Both of them will do this recipe just fine. Alright guys, I'll come back when it's time to put our chicken into the skillet. guys, now it's time to put our chicken into our skillet, and I just put enough oil in the bottom of my skillet to cover the bottom, and I like my oil to be nice and hot. I got mine on medium high, and we are just now going to take some of this chicken that I have here, and we're going to put it into the skillet. Trying to put as much chicken in there as I possibly can. Trying to put it in there. Make sure I get all the seasoning in there. And get probably one more wing in there. Alright, so I'm going to let this chicken cook until it gets golden brown. Because I don't like my chicken like light colored. I like it to have that nice, inviting, brown, caramel crusted chicken. So it's going to take a few minutes in order to get to the color that I like and the texture that I like. But if you like your chicken to be like lightly golden brown, then that's when you stop the chicken. Because this chicken is for your taste. Mine, I like that golden brown. Alright, so we're just going to wait until the chicken gets to the color and the texture that I like. And then I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. Here is what the chicken is looking like. See how I like that caramelization on the chicken? And I got another pan going over here because the girl had some extra chicken. So I am double fisting it on this stove today, trying to make these Coca-Cola wings and drumettes. So I like mine to be this kind of golden brown consistency. So I'm waiting for all my other chicken to get to looking like this and pick up one and give you an up close personal look at it. Look at that. Doesn't that look just delicious? You just want to bite into that piece of chicken. So I'm going to wait until all the chicken is starting to get this coating like this all over the chicken, and then I'll come back and I will give you the next step. I hope if you're cooking along with me that this is what your chicken is looking like. I hope you guys are also enjoying this another edition of Cooking in the Kitchen with Renee. Alright, let's get this chicken brown and golden and scrumptious. Alright guys, once your chicken is nice and brown, then that is when you're going to add your onions to your skillet. And like I said, I'm two-fisting it, so I'm going to have two skillets to work with. So I'm going to add the onions into this skillet. Move them all the way around in the skillet. So I want them to get translucent. I'm getting all the onion mixed in with the chicken. And then I'm going to add my garlic. Like I said, you can have fresh garlic, or you can have the garlic that is in the jar that I'm doing. I'm having this kind of garlic. And I like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to be heavy-handed with my garlic. But if you don't like a lot of garlic, then you put in as much as you like. See, Miss Renee loves garlic. So I'm probably going to use all of this garlic. That's why I'm growing a lot of garlic in my garden, just for this purpose, because you see how much garlic that I like to put in my food. Alright, let's get your garlic in there. Then you just mix it all together. And I like to keep this in here until the onions get translucent and get all those wonderful little chicken bits and all that good seasoning off the bottom of the skillet. That's the best part. Because you've taken the time to cook this chicken, you might as well get all that seasoning that is at the bottom of that chicken that they left at the bottom of your skillet. Look at that. Doesn't that look wonderful? And if you guys could smell this, this smells so, so good. Look at this. Chicken is falling off the bone because it's starting to get so tender. And it got marinated with all that soy sauce and all that onion powder. And that smoked paprika. So I'm just going to let this cook down for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll go on to the next part. Love it. My mouth is watering now. I can't wait to eat this. Alright guys, I'll be back in a minute. Guys, now we are ready for the most important part. You're going to take 1 cup of Coca-Cola. You're going to pour it over into your skillet. And look at that. That's why it's called Coca-Cola wings and drumettes. And then you're going to take some ketchup. Remember I said this is the secret weapon. I'm going to make some ketchup, and I like ketchup. So you're going to just put a drizzle of ketchup in there. Just put a drizzle. And then you're going to put 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I'm getting my brown sugar. I'm doing 1 tablespoon. Okay, 1 tablespoon. And you're just going to sprinkle it in there. That's going to give it the sweetness. And once I have that in there, you can add some more onion powder if you like. Just gonna stir it up so it gets all coated. And this mixture that we just put in there with the Coca-Cola, the brown sugar, and more of the onion powder, we want that to reduce, and it's gonna make a thick, beautiful gravy for your wings and your drumettes. You gotta make sure we stir it up. And then all we're going to do is just put a top on it, put a lid on it, and let it cook until it reduces and makes that wonderful, thick, beautiful gravy that we need. And then all we got to do is just wait. And then it'll be time to pull out the plates and get our fingers ready to pick up some delicious Coca-Cola wings and drumettes. Alright, so that's all you need to do. Now this is when your patience got to kick in. You got to wait now. You got to wait. I know you're excited, and I know you're anticipating tasting these beautiful wings and drumettes, but I'm telling you, it's going to be worth the wait. Alright, so I'll come back when all this is ready to be plated up. Are you excited? Can you see the steam? Look at that. I know you see the steam over here. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's going to be reducing for us. Alright, you guys, when I come back, it'll be time to take a taste test. Alright, hold on. We're almost there. Help myself, you guys, because I know you guys are curious to see how it's looking. So let's take a quick little peek. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? And what I did is I added some more soy sauce to it. And look at this. And I reduced the heat a little bit, because I wanted this to simmer slow so it can get all nice and thick, and I don't want it to burn. So that's why I reduced the heat. But look at it, you guys. It looks so good. Alright. I know you guys are anxious to see how it was going and see if it was thickening up. And even though I've cooked this before, I knew how I was feeling when I was cooking it for the first time. I was wondering, is it thickening up? Is it looking like it's supposed to be? Well, here you go. Alright, let's cover it back up. And I'll come back when it's really time to taste it. Hang in there, we're almost done. Guys, are you ready? Because it is done. Woohoo, look at that. Let's put this top over here. Let's get our plate. Let's get us let's do a wing. Ooh, man, look at that. It is just falling off the bone. Look at that. Look how good that looks, you guys. Looks so, so good. Let's get some of this extra gravy on here, too. Remember what I said, how the gravy looks? Let me show you. Look at that. Look at that gravy. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And we're going to top it with some of my homegrown onion powder that I made from my green onions. We're going to sprinkle some of that on there. So that'll just make it even better. Turn this around. Let's get that off. Let's get our plate. And we're going to sprinkle some of that on there for a good presentation. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now let's go taste it. Guys, are you ready for the taste test? Because I know I am. Look at that. So I know it's going to be hot. So that's why I got this fork. And I'm going to try to take a little bit of this bone. Make sure I get a piece of that chicken with that sauce. Here we go, you guys. You have got to try this. Oh my God, it tastes so good and it's so tender. Just look at that. Alright guys, so this is another edition of Cooking in the Kitchen with Renee, making some Coca-Cola wings / drumettes. So if you go and try this recipe, let me know, make a video, tell me what you think of it. If you've ever had these before, drop it down in the comments and say, woohoo, Renee, you ain't kidding, girl. These wings and drumettes are off the chain, baby. Off the chain. Look at that. As they say now, these wings and drumettes are fire, baby. Fire. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Cooking in the Kitchen with Renee. And you know I'm going to be back with another recipe to share with you guys. Alright guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And please, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, love you all. And I will see you in the next video. Because you know your girl want to go ahead and finish up this wing right here. It is so good. I'm going to tease you just a little bit more. Look at that. Alright guys, take care.